Hi learners. In today's session, let's have one important interview question. Whether you are a fresher or experienced guy. Okay, this is a very important question in Java. Now, what is the difference between file fast and file safe iterators? Okay, now how to handle this question? Now, let's understand these important points. Now, what is meant by file fast? Okay, we have iterators, we have the collections in Java, as you know. But some collections or when you handle some collections, when you're working with multi-threading concepts, you will come across this concurrent modification exception. But some collections, which are especially concurrent collections, we don't have this concurrent modification exception. You won't get it. Okay. So based on these concepts only, we have this file fast and file safe iterators are introduced. Okay, let's understand the first point. Now, in the case of file fast iterators, or which are designed to detect and report concurrent modification as soon as they occur and throw a concurrent modification exception. Okay, there are some collections in Java. When you're working with them, if you do any modifications, especially in the case of multi-thread applications, if one thread is trying to iterate the elements and parallelly some other threads is trying to modify the collection, then that will lead to concurrent modification exception. But whereas there are some iterators which are fail safe, because how they just operate, because they operate on the copy of collection, so that they do not throw any exceptions even though the original collection is getting modified or during the iteration. Such collections are called file safe collections, or you can consider the iterators. So in the case of file fast iterators, we'll get high performance. Advantage is high performance, and we can detect early errors. But in the case of file safe iterators, which are thread safe, okay, happily we can go with the multi-thread applications, and where we do not have any exceptions during iteration. And remember, in the case of file fast collections, which are not suitable for multi-threaded environments, where the collection is getting modified by multiple threads. Okay, there is a one disadvantage. Now, in the case of file safe collections, performance point of view, they are slower because these are multi-threaded base, and due to this creating a copy of collection, so it will make the application slower. And if you look at examples which are file safe iterators and which are file fast iterators, now array list, linked list, and hash map, which comes under file fast iterators, and a copy on write array list, concurrent hash map. This all comes under file safe iterators. Now I'll give one example, then you can come to know how it works. Now look at here. I have an example for you. Look at this code first of all, try to understand. Now I have a one thread I have created. The thread name is file fast demo, extend thread class. And I have one static property. I'm creating one array list. And then I'm assigning a job for this thread is trying to add one element to the array list. Now, what is the job of this thread? This thread is trying to add an element to the array list. So, and it is just, I'm giving some time interval, 2 seconds time I'm giving for this thread to add. Now, what the main thread is doing? Now, main thread will just add these elements initially. These elements will get added. And the main thread is going to iterate. The main thread is going to iterate the one by one element from that array list objects. Now we are using the iterator object. and I'm just checking whether it has a next element or not. If the next element is present, then we are getting that element, and I'm also printing that element. Then after I'm giving for every iteration, I'm giving 5 seconds. I'm giving the time interval. So after that, I'm just printing the what are the total elements are present in this. So if I run this application, now see what happened. Now main threads iterating the list and current object it is iterating Python. Now what the child thread is doing? Child thread updating the list. But if you observe, when child thread is updating the element, it's trying to modify that. Now that will lead to concurrent modification exception. Because as I said, array list object is fail fast, because that will lead to concurrent modification exception. Because when two threads are performing, like one thread is iterating the elements, the other thread is trying to modify that collection, that will lead to concurrent modification exception. Now let me run once again. Now see here, which is not allowed. Okay, we got the concurrent modification exception we got. Then what is the solution for that? That's why we need to go for fail safe iterators. Now let's have an example for that. Now look at here. This is a file safe demo. Now here I'm creating the, instead of creating array list object, I'm creating copy on write array list. Now which is introduced in Java 1.5 version. Okay, we have the separate package called Java concurrent package, which contain this concurrent collections are available. Okay, now I'm creating this copy on write array list. Now same logic, the logic is not changed, same logic, just instead of using array list, I'm just using the copy on write array list. Now see the magic. See here, main thread is iterating the list and the current object is Python. And the child thread updating the list is got updated. And after that, main thread is getting next element. Okay. And can you see after that, what are the elements we have? Python, Java, JDBC, Angular. But initially we have only, see here, initially we have only Python, Java, JDBC. But Angular is also added, because who added this Angular element? Child thread. This child thread is added that element, but without having that concurrent modification exception, we can able to achieve this. That is how this concurrent collections will be helpful. Okay, that is the importance of these concurrent collections. Now, that is the main difference between fail fast and fail safe collections. Hope the concept is clear. I'll share this example with you. You can also try, and if you have any questions, you can just get back to me. Okay. Thank you.